Clean in place CIP. With these it's quite easy because these are designed for pressure anyway, so the easy way to clean them is take everything off, dunk them in cleaner and then dunk them in Persid, block off all of the ports with blanking ports, stick a spray ball in the top and just let it go so it comes out of there into the pump, out of the pump into the spray ball in the top. So all fine, hunky-dory, lovely goody. And then of course we've got these. Now the problem with clean in place with these is they don't really hold massive amounts of pressure, so what you can do is you could put a little hose on the sample port to release the pressure, because what I've found is spray ball in the top, out the bottom into the pump, out of the pump into the spray ball, and it even with all these clamped down, it ends up pissing out the rim, which isn't good. So I'm going to make a little modification. I'll pop a chimney in it. Well, of a fashion. No point just doing one, is there? Might as well do both. Et voila! We have a little chimney just to release the pressure. Should be alright. And then when we don't need it to be releasing the pressure, and just stick one of these on. There we are. Snug as a, I don't know, something. While I'm at it, this is the mash tun, and I've never been that happy having the thermo well here, because it makes lifting this out a pain in the proverbial. So I think I'm going to put it in the back. Yeah, I'm fairly sure I have got one of these, which is a 21mm. I think it's actually 20. Doesn't matter anyway. A blanking plug. I couldn't find these anywhere, and the local pneumatic and hydraulic suppliers said, "Oh, we haven't got some. We've been waiting for some to come in." But I needed to plug what was the hot liquor tank before I upgraded to this, because I took the Hermes coil out. This is where the Hermes coil was, so I wanted to blank those off. So I bought a spare because I thought I might need one. Wow, how fortuitous. Goody, let's get drilling again. Oh, that was all fairly straightforward. So we've got our chimneys, alright, pressure vents, whatever you want to call them, in the 1-barrel fermenters, and we've moved the thermo well. That's not a bad hour's work, that. I'll take that. Time for a beer. Carrying on the cleaning theme, actually let's just get a peace and quiet for a second, shall we? That's better. Hear myself think now. Yeah, carrying on the cleaning theme, doing both of these at the same time today, and the way I do it is rinse it with water, lots, and that gets most of the sort of like slurry etc that's sat on the bottom out. Then caustic at 70 degrees, wash it with caustic, circulate that for about 25-30 minutes. Then caustic out of here into here again, and that noise you could hear is the spray ball up there spinning around and chucking caustic all around the edge. So I'll be giving this about 25-30 minutes. Interestingly, there's always lots of things that you think you cover, so I'll I'll be taking these out and this out. So that's the carb stone, which is of questionable value, but I'm going to clean it all the same. This is the sample port. This is the thermo well, and this is for the sight glass, or sight tube, as it were. Now here's the thing. I don't know if you can see. Now this has had its caustic. If you have a look there, that isn't caustic. So all these tubes are going to come off as well and give them a good clean. In fact, let's do this one now. So that's now cleaned out off the barb. But it's just little things like that always worry me. See, that's cleanish now. It's going to get a good dunk in peracetic acid anyway. So yeah, I better start that one going again. And that, I'm not sure if that is going to clean up. I might just replace it. I might just replace this. We shall see. Anyway, let's get flushing that and cleaning that. Oh, I forgot to say, sorry, I've had to turn this back on, otherwise I'll have forgotten. After the caustic, I then give it a rinse, full rinse with just water. Then I'll have a good look inside. Depending on what it looks like, I will either then go straight for the peracetic acid, or I'll give it a nitric acid. Probably about once a month I'll give them both a good flush with nitric acid, which is nitric acid from Niche Solutions, which is nitric acid and phosphoric acid mixed. Just repassivate it a little bit, say once a month. It's probably about once every 6 weeks. So yeah, flush this out, flush it out, rinse it out, take it all apart, see what it looks like. Now I can do that because these are quite small. Once they get sort of like bigger, you know, the issue becomes more serious. So I want to get a good, reliable, clean in place strategy that I don't have to think about too much. I'll just do it. So the fermenters have been causticed. I'm probably going to give them another quick blast with some caustic and rinse, and then nitric acid, because it's time again for that just a little bit of passivation, and then rinse, and then peracetic acid. Sorry about the noise, but it's the way it is in a brewery, I guess. I'm now taking off the attachment, so the carb stone, questionable value, sample port. And this is what I'd show you. Now this has had a caustic wash. Look. And it was like that inside all of these. So even after the caustic wash, it still needs a good double check going over. So I'm blanking these all off now, and I will then give it a few more flushes before getting my head as far in there as it will go, which isn't very far obviously, but you know what I mean. We're back. Not sure where I left this last time, but I had to have a day of doing nothing because my arthritis flared up, and I think I've broken a toe on the bottom there. Yeah, well, I think all my joints are broken if you look at the x-ray, but that just went, and it was fucking painful, and I couldn't stand on it for a day. Such is the joys of getting old, boys and girls. Anyway, all those cleaned out and paraceticed, and yes, these as well. This is now full of Persid. This has just been basically causticed. You can't really see. I suppose I could get a torch and show you in there, but I did notice there was a little bit of a stubborn that the caustic didn't want to get rid of, and it's over here, and that's because the spray ball's here, and I think the coil that's in that lid was stopping it getting to that. So I dug this out, and I bought this years and years ago, I think from somewhere like Aldi or Lidl, you know, in the middle aisle. And so I dug it out. It's a rechargeable sort of long brush, and it just that. There you go. I do need to clean it because it got a lot of gunk off from just there. So that's something to bear in mind for the future. But yeah, I mean, it must have been, it's pre-COVID when I bought it, and it's just useful because saved getting my arm down in there. So yeah, good. The next question I had for myself was the two things that I'm not very happy about. These are the sample ports. Now, I did try and shove pipe cleaners through there. For younger viewers, pipe cleaners are what smokers used to use to clean the tar out of their smoking pipe, their tobacco pipe. They're used pretty much for the same thing now. But yeah, still not 100%. And then, of course, the other that I really, I don't know, really question the value of these carb stones is because the holes in there are just so minute. I don't know. So what did I do for these two? I dug this out. People who've watched this channel for some time will recognise this as the ultrasonic cleaner that I used to use with the coin rings before applying the ceramic lacquer, and because you don't want any residual oils or soaps from the polishing, so this is what I used to use. Well, I thought it's an ultrasonic cleaner, let's plonk these in there. Ooh, just bang my elbow on a fucking canner. And we'll see how it goes. And then when they're done, I don't want to overload it in there. We'll try it with the sampling ports. There's another one somewhere. It's there somewhere. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to give it a couple of runs. And then that is now chucking. And that doesn't look right impressive, but that is now sending ultrasonic sound waves through the carb stones. Got to be better than nothing. And then I'm going to put it back in, fill this with peracetic acid. I should really have cleaned them, put them back in before filling that with peracetic acid. But what I'm going to attempt to do is, when that's emptied, is leave the air to get to it, and then that just converts the peracetic acid to just oxygen, so there will be no contamination. So that's probably a long enough video, isn't it? I will leave you with this one thought. Today, Friday the 18th of October, is the birthday of a good mate of mine and yours, I'm sure, Mr. Christopher Harrison Hawkes, Harry Brew 69. It's his birthday today. He's 21 again, as was I this year. So happy birthday, Chris, and For those who don't know, I mean, all this really kind of started with Chris giving me a tiny little bit of encouragement. Silly boy. And during COVID, we had a couple of wonderful trips over to Retford to build this wonderful pilot kit out of these battered old 100-litre kegs. So yes, happy birthday, Chris, and many more to come, I'm sure. If you're new to the channel, I do apologise for the such waffle. If you're not, welcome back. Should have said that at the beginning, really, shouldn't I? If you're not subscribed, it'd be lovely if you were to hit the subscribe button. It'd be absolutely super to have you subscribe to the channel. I do occasionally publish some interesting content, believe me, I do. Until next time, in time-honoured fashion, I would just say, you take care of yourself and those you care about. And have a good weekend, and happy birthday, Chris. Cheers.
Who are the better drinkers, the French or the British?
British, because they're unhinged.